All right, so somebody asked me to go over this take two. So what's going to happen is you're comparing the measure of center, which is basically like the mean or the median, and then you're also going to compare the measure of variability. So this is talking about like standard deviation or IQR. Normally we talk more about standard deviation with measure of variability. That's kind of like how spread out it is. Okay, so we're going to compare the two data sets. So in this first take one, it's got a mean of 29.48, and this one right here has a mean of 28.44. So that means that in this first data set for Lynn, that's her name right here, okay, I assume it's a girl, so Lynn has a higher average. Okay, now you can plug this into your calculator and you can calculate it using it, but it's already done it for you right here. Okay, for standard deviation, this one has 5.44 minutes for standard deviation, and this one right here has 7.40. So that means that Lynn has a smaller spread or standard deviation, whichever one you want to use, than Noah. Okay, I'm sorry, my handwriting is atrocious. So that's all you're doing for this. You're just saying, all right, what's the difference between these two? Okay, so for this take two, okay, you can do a couple of things here. You can plug this into your calculator, which might take you a little while, okay? And really how you read this bar right here, this bar is at 255, which is in between these two numbers. This is not the greatest setup, but that's okay. So this is saying that 255 raisins are going to be in 3 boxes. Okay, so the number of boxes is on the left-hand side, going up on the y-axis. Okay, so again, you can put this into your calculator, or you can know the fact that this is a normal distribution. So that means that your mean is going to be right smack dab in the middle, which is 290. So this has a mean of 290. Now let's look at our standard deviation. Okay, so how far over is the next line? Well, it's 10, right? Yeah. Or we could just look at how far spread out it is. These are kind of close together. This goes from, for our range, let's talk about range. Range is the numbers from the lowest to the highest. So the lowest number right here is 250. The highest number right here is 330. So if I take 330 and I subtract 250, what do I get? I get 80, right? So this is a range of 80. Well, let's look at this one down here. So number smack dab in the middle is 245 roughly, right? And again, this is not the best, but we're just going to go with it. So the mean is 245, okay? And then let's talk about the range. What's the lowest number? The lowest number is 200. Highest number is 300. So what's 300 minus 200? That's 100. Okay, so let's look at what does that mean. Okay, so that means that this average is higher. So the raisins in a brand cereal are more than just a generic cereal. Okay, so when I'm writing this out, I'm going to say in brand cereal, they have a higher mean, which means that there's going to be more raisins per box than in the brand cereal or generic cereal. Okay, now let's look at range. The first one is 80, and the second one is 100. So that means that this guy is more spread out than this guy right here. Okay, so generic cereal is more spread out than the brand cereal. Okay, and again, you could write that out. And that's all this is asking for you to do. When it asks you to compare two different data sets, it's just saying, hey, how is this one similar or different from the other one?